Who's exhausted from this latest AI hype cycle already? There is so much noise about agentic AI out there, and it's not like AI is new to us. It's been in platforms and implemented across our organizations for multiple years. So what I wanted to do is to take some time and try to break down what is driving this latest hype cycle, and are we at the pressure point of something different to what's been promised before? It seems like we might be when you see CEOs from Microsoft saying that SaaS technology is dead, or Nvidia's CEO getting up and saying IT departments will transform to be the HR of agents. So despite all of this noise, I actually believe in this hype cycle. And I feel we're at a point where we're going to see a real step change in the way that businesses operate over the next 1, 5, 10 years. And the reason is because of the rate of acceleration of innovation of artificial intelligence and what that actually means to building agentic systems. So the way that I think about it is everything before ChatGPT is traditional AI. You then have this boom of large language models, which we call generative AI. And then we're going into this new world or new realm of agentic AI. And when I think about them, and what in my mind, they're all akin to learning to ride a bike. You have your traditional AI, and that's when you start with stabilizers. You get really, really good at going in a straight line and going from point A to point B. You can repeat that task over and over and over again and get a really good outcome. However, when you start to try to veer in a different direction, that's when things can become a little bit harder, and there's a potential that you might fall off the bike and things start to break. It's exactly the same with the more traditional models that are trained to do a really specific task. They have barriers in place in order to do so, and when we start to move outside of these barriers, the systems that they operate in almost break and we don't get the outcome that we were looking for. Now, as we know, customer journeys and customer intents are not linear. They are multi-directional and are almost a complete spaghetti mess of what each individual is trying to do, let alone every single customer in relation to an entire organization. So these traditional AI systems really were not able to drive the automation or agentic scale that we're talking to. However, when we had the generative boom and we saw the likes of ChatGPT and the explosion of large language models, what that is for AI is the taking your stabilizers off moment for the bike. Now, do you remember that day and how amazing it was? You could suddenly just go in any direction. You could speed up, you could slow down, go left, right. It didn't matter what anyone threw at you. You're able to handle it effectively and continue to move on to try and get to the end. And that's exactly what's happening when we think about generative AI. You can provide a variety of different inputs. They all might be slightly different or slightly in a different way, but what it's able to do is it's able to react. It's able to infer what you're trying to get to or what task you want to complete, and then it provides an answer or an output. So think about the move from traditional to generative and what we've seen in the last 2 years as that stabilizers off moment for AI. And this flexibility that generative AI gives us is going to pave the way for the agentic era. We are going to redefine the way that organizations operate, deploying autonomous agents to every corner of the business and delivering productivity gains 24/7. I strongly believe that this is not a hype cycle, and the technology is now in a place to really change the way that we work.